The depths of the Playtime Company hide many horrors, but it's time to face them head-on and discover what really happened down there. Grab your flashlight to uncover all the secrets, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. Come on, do it. We're all watching you. Here you have 15 hidden details of the first trailer of Poppy Playtime 4. The trailer begins with the player descending into the depths of the factory in an elevator. In the background, you can hear the doll Poppy desperately shouting Kissy's name. This suggests that the trailer shows events that occur right after Catnap was killed by the prototype. The doll Poppy revealed what happened in the Hour of Joy, and Kissy Missy was attacked. You probably noticed the multitude of pipes scattered across the factory ceiling. In Chapter 3, the gas production zone is the place where the red gas is stored, similar to what Catnap uses to put his victims to sleep. By following these pipes, we might discover the source of this gas, and most importantly, understand why Ollie needed to divert it to lead the player to the prototype. In this scene, one of the toys is crushed by another. At first glance, it might look like a smiling critter, but it's actually a new variety of these characters. From this point of view, it's quite hard to recognize, but later on, right above the office screen, you can see more clearly who it is. His name is Poe, and he's a cinnamon-scented crow whose main characteristic is that he hates sunlight. Bubba Chops was already introduced in the first teaser of Poppy Playtime Chapter 4, and with this one, Poe is the second nightmare critter showcased in a trailer. The nightmare critters are an antagonistic variety of the smiling critters. Playtime Company wanted to extend the success of these plushies and created new characters with different scents and a more mischievous look. This group consists of 8 different animals. You already know Poe the crow and Bubba Chops the sheep with an anise scent, but there's also Alistair Gator, the crocodile with a sandalwood scent, Icky Licky, the frog with a peculiar coffee aroma, Maggie Mako, the shark with a chocolate scent, Raby Baby, the bat with a bubblegum aroma, Simon Smoke, the dragon with a wood smoke scent, and finally, Tui, the mouse with wet earth aroma. After 3 chapters, it's the first time the player appears in a cinematic trailer for Poppy Playtime. The problem is that you see very little of him. If you look at his shadow, you'll notice he's wearing the grab pack along with his flashlight. His appearance has always been a mystery, leading to questions about his true human nature. Although Mob Games hasn't wanted to reveal anything, this time his movements look more human than ever. Among all the secret documents shared by Mob Games, this encoded image is the strangest of all. Internet users managed to decode it, and to many surprise, it's a new toy from Playtime Company. Its appearance is a mix between a colorful dinosaur and a piano, so it has been called Pianosaurus. Alongside Brawn the Brontosaurus, this would be Playtime's second dinosaur, and its design might be inspired by a real 80s toy with the same name, Pianosaurus, a combination of a musical keyboard and a dinosaur. Such large, secret underground facilities don't appear overnight beneath a toy factory. According to the clues left by Mob Games about the story of Poppy Playtime, the company responsible for building a secret laboratory to experiment with toys is called Warren Bach Construction. In this document, you can read how Eddie Ritterman speaks on behalf of Playtime Company when negotiating the secret construction of a laboratory within a 12-month time frame. Eddie is the head of research at the factory, and despite having his own slide alongside director Elliot Ludwig, Leith Pierre, and Stella Graber, many employees in the factory have never seen him. In fact, they believe he doesn't exist. We finally meet one of the major toys that will star in Chapter 4 of Poppy Playtime. His name is Yarnaby, and it's believed to be a mix between Yarn and Nearby. This would explain the behavior of this monster, who constantly lurks near the player until he finds the opportunity to attack. His designation as an experiment is 1166, which would indicate he was created before Catnap 1188 and even Huggy Wuggy 1170. It seems that Dr. Harley Sawyer will play a very important role in Chapter 4. Thanks to this document about Experiment 1166, it has been discovered that the doctor personally took charge of isolating Yarnaby in his cell so he would only obey him. This resulted in the monster responding solely to Harley Sawyer's voice and commands, forging a relationship similar to what we saw between Catnap and the prototype. Speaking of the prototype, years after everyone disappeared, it's believed that he now controls Yarnaby because he has the ability to mimic voices.
Do you
and could be impersonating Harley Sawyer. Yarnaby has a peculiar way of killing its victims by biting them cleanly. The first row of teeth is used to mutilate, and the second to chew and digest the remains. His appearance closely resembles the discarded concept of the first version of Bendy from the game Bendy and the Ink Machine. On the other hand, some people think he resembles the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Your first impression of Yarnaby might make you think he's inspired by another playtime toy called Sunny Buddy, but although their color palettes match, he's actually based on real toys. Yarnaby's design comes from wool plushies shaped like little dogs and lions that were sold in the 80s. Just like Theo Gramble became Catnap, Yarnaby was also a child before becoming a toy. According to some leaked documents from the game station, a child named Quinn Navidson participated in the test to become Yarnaby. In the first test, he obtained rather poor results, but in the second, he managed to complete Statue's trial in 20 seconds. It seems Quinn knew what they were doing with the children in Playtime Company, because after passing the trial, he immediately hid, and it took them 15 minutes to find him. What happened that allowed Quinn to improve his results in some of the tests during the second trial? Well, it appears that Harley Sawyer personally took charge of having a private talk with him. Fortunately, it can be read transcribed in this document here, where Harley encourages Quinn to be himself and not try to appear like just another average boy. He has a lot of potential and should exploit it. It seems that this conversation changed Quinn's attitude, and since Harley Sawyer was going to be observing during his second trial, he decided to make an effort to show his talent. Another detail is that Quinn liked to rip off the heads of toys because he felt it made them more beautiful, a rather macabre behavior. At the end of the trailer, you can see a lit screen with an eye observing. This scene, along with the surveillance cameras and Harley Sawyer's words at the end of the video, the story so far from Chapter 3.
Like lambs to the slaughter.
Could indicate that the player is being watched in every corner of the facilities. Perhaps this type of monitor serves to alert the player that a dangerous toy is nearby. It's possible that the children chosen for experimentation intentionally have clues about the toys in their names. For example, Theodore Grambel begins with Theo, just like the word theology, the science that studies religion. This could be a reference to the religious behavior Catnap exhibits when idolizing the prototype as if he were a god. In the case of Quinn Navidson, his name shares similarity with the word quilt, referring to the quilted fabric of Yarnaby the yarn. The red, white, and yellow square reappears in this trailer, this time much more prominently. It's found on containers and engraved on several walls, and although it's theorized to be the prison of Playtime Company, it's likely a much more important place. Perhaps it's where abandoned toys are kept while waiting to be put to use. We already know what those who misbehave or are useless go, but what happens to the rest? Keep uncovering the rest of the secrets and mysteries hidden within Playtime Company in these videos I leave you here, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss anything about Poppy Playtime. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.